Hey, this is Commander Cookout Podcast, episode 134. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan Dibber. Continue the arc of beating wholesale ass in Vegas by looking at Brando's decks. Now hit our theme song! Fuck!
I can do that last part. On that last bit again. Shit.
Hit our theme song! Hey, Ryan. We're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Good. What's going down?
Whole ton is going down. We're going to continue our odyssey as we march towards MF in Vegas. We're going to talk about some of the stuff that I plan to bring and all the things that kind of go around that. Before that, we have to thank our official sponsor, face2facegames.com. They're Canada's biggest Magic store.
And we are working with face2facegames.com for a few new surprises. I'll leave it at that.
I love surprises.
Yes. We mentioned it on the pre-show. Oh, by the way, I had something in my tooth until just now.
Gross.
You didn't see it?
No.
Do you think the pre-show saw it?
Probably.
Dang it.
It's on the internet, dude. People on the internet, they see everything. Like that coffee cup in Game of Thrones, and everybody was losing their minds.
Oh, yeah.
Even when I was looking for it, I was like, what the fuck? How did you even see that shit?
You mean you watched Game of Thrones?
No, I just watched that one scene.
Okay,
on
yeah, me
YouTube.
too.
Yeah, I just wanted to see that one part.
I've seen the first episode.
Me too, and I was like, nah, I don't want to watch this anymore.
I was just like, I'll watch Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, just didn't do anything for me. That's fair if you like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Good on you. We're not HBO Podcast though.
HBO CO. Got there.
We are a Magic the Gathering podcast. We talk about Magic the Gathering things, including, but not limited to, our Extra Life rotisserie draft that we're going to be attending in MF in Vegas.
Yeah, I am actually pumped. We talked about that on the pre-show too. Go figure. My deck is rounding into shape nicely.
Yeah, mine is
Yours looks like an unmulled lump of dirt.
Oh, yeah, if you ever take like a potato, like you mash up a potato and just like drop it on the floor, that's what mine looks like.
Excellent.
And I'm like one of the lowest in budget too.
Oh yeah, and the group chat was beaking you. Hey, oh yeah, good luck, Brad. You still got 30 picks. You only have $40 left to spend in the budget. And you're like, girl.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you guys have no idea how jank shit we play.
Oh man, if you ever listen to the show, come on, man, we can get there. I will get there, and it's going to be at least fun. It's going to be a good time. I'm really excited about it.
I've had a ton of fun. I haven't been that active in the group chat other than like throwing out a trash talk or trying to figure something out that I just like didn't read or listen to the first time. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, I read the rules, and then I just assumed I remembered them all, and I've just been picking cards when it's my turn.
Yeah.
And then when somebody says I can do something.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah, like Amy Matzeberger gave me a card, and Aaron Kararar gave me a card, and I was like, okay, sweet.
Yeah, and I had to tell you that you get a card.
Yeah, I understand that. So I did that, and it's been going good.
Oh, yeah.
So at the time of draft, we're at what, like 20... I think we have 30 picks left at the time of this recording, which is on Tuesday.
Another Wednesday.
It's another Wednesday recording. The weekends are crazy leading up to MF in Vegas, so we're...
I'm pulling up the spreadsheet right now. I have... Hey, wait a second. Did somebody skip me?
No, one guy used one of those like cheat codes or whatever so that they could pick something before anybody else did.
Oh, and that's why they were like, and that's why it was all like, oh, yeah, you stole that pick.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
F that guy. Dan Krause used his, what do we call it, a cheater pick?
That's cheat code? That's what I call it.
Okay,
I don't know what the hell these things are
Well,
called.
F Dan Krause and Ginger Joe and Dana Roach and Max Crandell, especially
Max Crandell.
F Zach and Ryan from Commander Social. And you know what? F you.
F you, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was specifically talking to you.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, I was saying it to everybody.
Well, yeah, we'll F them too.
Bring them all in. But if that's the game we're going to play, Ryan, I'm going to take the high road and say, I hope you do very well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to scumbag you later.
Very excellent. Yeah. I wouldn't expect anything less. Speaking of scumbags, how about we do some new Patreon announcements?
That is the segue.
That is the seggest of way.
Yeah.
So we had a returning patron, James Forrester. I don't remember if he had a nickname. Something about a Subaru Forester, maybe. Something about his Outback. You know, the Subaru Forester, the Outback.
Don't Google his Outback. We can just go Jimmy's Outback. Jimmy's out back. What's he doing? I don't know. Don't Google it.
Yeah, his Outback is Outback, all right.
Yeah.
Couple increased pledges as well. Tyler Coates increased his pledge. Man, we suck at remembering nicknames.
I think he had something to do with the guy from Sons of Anarchy that everybody around here is super hard for, but not us. Kim Coates.
Could be.
Yeah.
Pseudo-celebrity. Tyler Coates, his brother is another pseudo-celebrity.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, well, you know what's funny is we say we're going to remember these. We use them to remember. But instead, I've just been using their real names. Confession.
Damn, I use the nicknames for everybody.
Excellent. Well,
Yeah.
Another increased pledge, Amy Matza Burger.
Oh, thanks, Amy.
Yeah, she very much is an increased pledge, and that very much is her Patreon nickname.
That's 100%, I assume, her real name at this point.
Yes, very much so.
Yes.
And 100% my favorite burger when I'm hungover. The Matza Burger from A&W. I said this before on the cast when we gave her nickname. I'm not sure if it's the best burger in the world because I haven't tried all of the burgers.
100% it's not.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't put it past it that it is.
I definitely would.
Have you ever almost thrown up in the entrance of an A&W because it smelt like cheese?
Yeah.
After you threw up in the parking lot of Shoppers Drug Mart because you had like the worst hangover? And it's like 35 degrees in August?
See, it's become too specific. But have I ever almost thrown up in the entryway of an A&W? Yes.
Don't make this about you. Did it ever take you 2 hours to eat a small thing of fries when a matzo burger was just staring at you and you were too sick to eat it?
You're asking me if it took me 2 hours to eat something?
Yeah, you eat slow.
I'm still eating my lunch from today, man.
Have you ever gone back to the same Shoppers Drug Mart that you puked in the parking lot in and bought an entire box of ice cream sandwiches and eaten the whole box in one day because you were so hungover?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I'm glad you said no.
I've eaten whole boxes of ice cream sandwiches in one day, but that's...
Oh, yeah. It's so good.
It's because I'm a grown-up and I can do what I want.
New patron shoutouts.
New patron shoutouts.
Yeah, we are not a cure from your hangover cookout podcast. Got this. Nick Cooper. I feel like there's a Hooper.
Or a pooper.
Nick Hooper Pooper Scooper. I'll probably remember that one.
We did that. Yeah, that's good. I like that, yeah.
Okay, this one, you have to give this guy a last name because he's got two first names.
Ooh, I love giving away names.
New patron, shout out to John Adams.
That's definitely two first names.
That's definitely very plain.
Yeah, that's not trustworthy. So how about John Adams Chekabanenkov?
Whoa. I want to see him put that as his CCO podcast Discord name. Because lots of people do that.
I like that. I like when those happen. Like I liked when I give somebody, or when we, I should say, give somebody a nickname on the show, and then in Discord that person pops up. That makes me really happy.
Yeah, he's going to have to listen to that like 10 times to get the spelling remotely close.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, very
smart.
much
He's
so.
a smart guy who listens to CCO Podcast.
Okay, last shout out.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it how he said it. He sent me a message on he sent me an email on how to say his name.
I don't care what the message said about saying his name. We're going to give him a new name anyway.
Sure. I want to say it's Keel Rudniski.
How about we go with this? Kilrudnisagai.
Kilrudnisagai.
Yeah.
That's close.
Yeah.
A couple extra consonants.
That's fine. We had another name, and it's good.
Kilrudnisa because she used to be a racist.
Yeah. And you should always stand up against racists.
We're taking a stance.
We sure are. No racism here in CCO Nation.
Mind you, you know what? I haven't read any of the Zendikar story, but Nisa used to be racist apparently, and now she's not. It's like they just retconned her life. Is that a thing? Like I get retconning, but like somebody's whole life? Really? Do you just stop being racist?
I assume so. I assume there are people who were once racist and who are no longer racist. And good on those people for enlightening themselves and joining the regulars in society.
Yeah.
You have to believe that people can change or we're doomed.
Well, we're probably doomed anyways.
No way. We're going to save the world, Ryan. I say that all the time about the podcast.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the people here in CCO Nation, we're going to save the world someday.
Oh, you were on the radio the other day and you gave me a shout out.
I did.
And the podcast a shout out.
I even
right
said,
on Live Rock Radio.
I even said .com.
You did. CommanderCookout.com. I wonder if we got any hits off of just randoms out in the fucking neighborhood. I bet you we did.
You should have saw Gary's face. He was just like, why did you say it like that? It's like, at the end of the thing, it's like, that's my cartoon cop voice.
That's so excellent.
Like, what's wrong with you? Have you never heard that? Come on. That's good.
Oh, man. That's excellent. So, anyway, if you want to get a shout out by us, like Brando gave me a shout out on Real Live Rock Radio, or a funny nickname, or some terrible, bad butchery of your name.
Yeah, I don't know why people want them, but we sure enjoy doing them. And
Yeah.
I think that isn't really what counts, but people enjoy getting them, and that is actually what counts.
Very much so. Patreon.com/CCOPodcast. You can become part of our Discord there as well, like we mentioned, and part of the pre-show, like we also mentioned. And I think it's just a lot of fun.
It's a good time. Yeah, we're a good community to be a part of, I'm discovering. I knew that before, but like the more I kind of engage with people, the more I'm really happy that we have such a cool group of people around us.
Yeah, very much. All podcasts say that they have the best audience, but
They're liars and we're not.
yeah, we're actually not, because not only do we have a great audience, but like they've become our friends. We're staying with them in like Magic Fest, and lots of people, you don't have to, but lots of people donate stuff to the show for either giveaways or YouTube like box openings and stuff. It's just it makes it fun for us. It makes it enjoyable. It makes it easier for us, right?
100% of the people who I've met in real life who listen to the show are now either good acquaintances or my friends, and that's really cool.
Yep, very much.
And
so.
nobody's ever come to me and like, oh, you're Brando from CCO Podcast. Fuck you, man. Nobody's ever said that to me.
Yeah, actually, everybody says that.
Well, yeah, but they don't mean it like that. They mean it.
yeah, we wouldn't have it
endearingly.
any other way.
Yeah. F you, Brando.
Yeah. Then he just rides away.
Yeah.
So we're talking about Vegas.
Vegas,
This is the arc of beating wholesale ass in Vegas.
which is what we're going to do in Vegas.
Yeah.
Ooh, pop date on what we're doing in Vegas.
Who?
We will both be attending the Commander Lighthouse.
Yes, that is the Commander exclusive area.
Yep. So we'll both be in there for whenever we're in there. I have got a Commander Fanatic package so that I can play in the daily events or lots of random games with you.
Oh, God
Or
damn it.
whoever
Should I
else.
just buy one now?
I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life, Ryan. If you want to go to the exclusive Commander party, that's on Friday? That's on the Friday, right?
Sure.
Ryan will be at that. It was sold out for me when I went to buy tickets for the second time.
Really?
So, yeah. Like, I've tried to buy twice, and they've been sold out both times. And you bought your ticket in between it being sold out for me. So maybe they just have my DCI number flagged, and they just don't want me there. I don't know.
This guy showed us nuts the last time he was here.
He threatened to slap somebody. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, sir, it was Max Crandell. Oh, okay, unflag him.
Yeah, get him in here.
Get him in here now. He's free entry.
Yeah, buy him a drink. Get him all the Commander decks.
Put him in a big sack with a bunch of rocks. Okay, excellent. Well, we'll both be there. We'll both be in the, what did you call it? Commander Lighthouse?
Commander Lighthouse.
The lighthouse is like the homeless shelter downtown in Saskatoon.
I
Yes,
ass-
it's downtown. We know.
Yeah.
So we'll be there, but we'll both be in Gen Pop, as I've been calling it, like
Absolutely.
the regular whatever.
Lighthouse, Gen Pop, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah. We are going to be jamming games, looking at vendors. I'll be at the party. I'll probably be drinking. I don't know. I have a feeling.
Yeah, I mean, now that I have a Friday night free, also, maybe I'll be somewhere drinking too. Who knows?
Yeah, we've got a wedding on Friday too, right?
Like, who can say what we're gonna get up to?
So I very much want to see every member of CCO Nation at the wedding. If you've got a T-shirt, wear it to the wedding Friday at noon, right at the event center.
We've been graciously invited. I'm gonna say we've been graciously invited, so we should make sure that we all show up in our Friday best, or at least something that does not have a spaghetti stain on it.
Yes.
Maybe a tie. Could I wear an orange tie?
You can't wear a tie without a collared shirt, and I know you're going to be wearing a CCO shirt.
That's true. The big one was, what about a pin-on tie?
What if you just wear a tie?
I'm not comfortable with that. I have body issues. That's why I'm wearing my fat shirt today.
I didn't notice. Okay, we keep claiming that we're a Magic the Gathering podcast,
We keep saying it.
specifically about Commandy.
Yes.
Should we talk about some Commandies?
Sure.
I guess. Whatever.
Yeah, I guess so we can. So last week, we talked about all of your decks, and do you still plan to bring everything like in a box and then pick and choose what you're going to bring each day? Is that still like, is it what you're thinking? Like,
Sort of. I'm taking a deck apart. And I know this is a little bit about your decks.
I asked you the
but-
question, man.
Yes, because I'm going to be down a deck. And I think you'll like this. I'm thinking about taking apart Vivictus Asmati.
Now, screw that deck.
And I want to build something far more degenerate.
Were you there during that Windgrace game? Because I have Vivictus Asmati just in my Windgrace deck. And I played Vivictus, and it just blew the whole game out.
Oh, yeah. He warps the game.
Holy
he
shit.
is just, you're playing in a different dimension as soon as he hits the table, right?
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Because everybody's either scared of him or like...
They can't kill him, so they just eat a big bag of dicks.
Vivictus is great. I want to take him apart. I want to build another Rakdos deck with the new Commander 19. Discard a card if it has Madness, untap her.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about maybe we have a Commander 19 set review coming up.
Maybe. I don't want to promise anything.
Me neither.
Yeah, so
Maybe
we'll just see how it goes.
Maybe it's a good idea to do it so people can be prepared on what they can expect in Vegas if they're going to be playing with the C19 decks.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to put ourselves too far out there, Ryan.
So yeah, I'm thinking about bringing my decks. What are you thinking about doing?
Now, the reason I ask that is I have like less travel space, and I'm quasi uncomfortable bringing my whole like set of decks with me. So I think I'm going to do the 4 like I usually do, plus the Horde of Notions deck that I'm doing for the draft.
4 like you usually do for EDH&M.
For EDH&M.
Yeah.
And then the one that's kind of off to the side that's going to get played like one time. And
Like
then,
you'll probably pack like a suitcase and then you'll have your event bag in it.
yeah.
And then you'll have your rotisserie draft deck like just by itself. You'll just swap it out the day we're going to do that or whatever.
Yeah. That's the plan.
Okay.
So I actually do sort of need help, I guess, picking. I don't know if that's because like we talked last week about the like tiers of decks, right? There's like your kind of CDH, then
Yeah.
there's your powerful fun, and then there's your like kind of just jank. I just kind of did diddling around.
Yeah, and specifically we talked about bringing 3 or 4 decks for a day of Magic. A janky one, a tuned powerful one, and then like a let's call it a competitive one.
Sure.
Even if it's not CEDH air quotes, right?
Yeah.
That way you can play with whatever group that kind of wants to jam, right?
You can always kind of get in, and then you bring. I always bring 2 of the level that I figure I'm going to run into the most. So I bring 2 kind of tuned, powerful ones, just because I feel like I'm going to play the most of those games.
Yeah, where people actually want to sit down and play a game of Magic that isn't like herp derp,
Yeah, it's like
eyeballs pointing in different directions, right?
exactly. That's where we are. So here's a quick rundown of what I have currently built. I have 11 decks.
Ooh, still 11sies?
I still have 11sies.
Ooh.
So I have Lord Windgrace, but based on the right-hand turn that my draft deck took, I don't think Windgrace is going to come because I'm going to need A, the Windgrace, and B, like the whole asshole-beating package from that deck in my draft deck. So he's kind of off the table, unfortunately, which is because I really like playing him.
Yeah.
He's a lot of fun. And then I've got a Herding coin flip deck. I still don't know the names of those guys.
I want to say Zindersplit and Okum.
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
So I got,
sort of.
it's a coin flippy gimmick deck. Then I have a new deck. It's like a F your hand tribal zombie Liliana deck. Mono
Okay.
black.
Okay. Mono black. I like that.
I got Stax Traxa.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's I got Norn the Wary. Everybody knows Norn the Wary.
We know that one's coming already.
Yeah,
right?
he's going.
He's
So
coming.
I only
He's
need
already
help.
in the bag.
I only need help picking 3 decks because Norn is obviously coming with me. I have Hirobi 2, Hyper Hirobi, which is the like updated list of Hirobi that we did on our very first show of episode 1 of Commander Cookout Podcast.
You updated it.
I've updated it slightly. It's still the same kind of deal though.
Okay.
There's been lots of targeted things since
Yeah.
we've in 134 weeks. Then I got Angry Omnath. I've got Tana the Butt Sower. I got my Cat Tribal deck, Cranko Goblins, and Sliver Queen.
That's all of them?
Yep.
You said you have 11.
That is 11.
Is it?
I think that was 11.
I don't know.
That's 11.
Sure. So we got to pick 3 of them.
Yeah.
And Norin is like your show up tuned, like actually really good, can probably hang with like pretty good decks because you can draw the Staxy package right? And just kind of turn people's decks off.
Yeah.
Or you could draw the pretty fast, get a bunch of creatures with a whole bunch of ETB damage triggers and just like kill everybody, right?
Yeah, blowing people out because they can't use life for resource anymore. You just kill them.
Yeah.
Norn is a very powerful deck when things go my way.
Okay, so then you need maybe another 1 or 2 good ones.
Sure.
What are your other good ones?
My other good ones would probably be like Hirobi, Omnath, maybe Tana, Krenko for sure.
Yeah, your Krenko one is good. You know what I feel of Krenko? In a random meta, Krenko kind of has like that pub stomp aura about him where it's like, uh-oh, Krenko. Everybody knows how fast he is, how much red mana, like how much artifact mana red can make. Are you playing Duretti too? Like, and it's like, then you just get stomped or you just bend over. As soon as you got like 3 goblins on the battlefield, Wrath of God, I don't want you to play Krenko next turn, right?
Yeah.
Right? Or they'll just save up on removal to get Krenko and then all of a sudden he costs like 14 mana.
Yeah, you're not going to get there in Krenko, especially my Krenko.
Yeah, and that I think is the baseline for playing out in the wild with Krenko. I would advise against it if you want to have like a real Krenko goblin experience.
Sure. So let's remove it. Plus, that's 2 mono red decks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, balls back.
Yeah.
So let's get that out of there. So up next we have, I'd say Tana the Butt Sower is okay. That's my Voltron kill somebody, and in the process of killing somebody with Voltron, end up with a huge number of guys that I can use to kill the other guys.
Okay, but I'll ask you this. Have you considered bringing Omnath?
Yes.
Because those are 2 Gruul decks, and you just said you don't want to bring 2 mono red decks.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
just the logic of eliminating is such that if you would rather bring your Omnath Gruul deck, Tana stays home.
Do you think I should would you bring Omnath over Tana? If you were me?
I know that you really like that deck. I think the Omnath deck is a little bit better. So if you did want to sit down with it in a daily and you're lucky enough to sit down in a daily and say, hey, are we just like playing pretty good decks, no CEDH? You could probably hang in that group.
Yeah.
Right? Because Omnath is very powerful, very high top end. And
It's like an apple standing on its stem, hey? Where it's just got nothing. And then the top is just, holy shit.
yes. So I think Omnath's a good choice. This is, you know what, I like this kind of conversation because it really, not only does it pull back Brando's curtain, if you know what I'm saying.
Don't Google that.
It also is like kind of an example of the thought process that somebody can go through if they're going to their first MF.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so what else do we got for
So, okay, what are we on now? Right now we're sitting on Norn and Omnath?
Norn and Omnath?
Okay.
And then for other kind of in that style of deck, we have Hirobi. I'm not going to count Slivers. I think that Slivers is a little bit... You think Slivers is out of line?
I don't know.
Like
You know what? I think that you might run into some Sliver decks because they're a little bit of a new hotness with Modern Horizons coming back out, right?
You think that she's tuned enough or too tuned where I could like... Because sometimes I feel pretty... Like somebody at EDH&M is like, oh, this is my best deck. I was like, okay, I'll play Slivers. And I just blow them out. And that's not because it's the best. It's just because my Sliver deck is it's fucking better than theirs. And that sounds arrogant, but it's... I have all of them, so they don't have a queen. They don't have an overlord. They just built a Sliver deck out of the Modern Horizons packs that they bought. Like it's not the same.
Yeah. You know, I don't think that your Sliver deck has a whole ton of interaction in it, and it would really need to fight through other CEDH interaction to win a CEDH game, or what you'll probably run into at a daily event. Like, I don't want to call the daily events CEDH meta, but they almost are.
And they're pretty spiky, is that the word?
Yeah, unless you specifically sit down and say, hey, I am not playing that type of game. Do you have any decks that aren't that, so we could have like a meaningful game? And then you could like sit down and just tell them who you are, right?
Yeah.
Instead of just like everybody's just flicking their cards and like cracking fetch lines and brainstorming like it's Legacy.
Yeah.
Right? Which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
It's fine to do that as long as everybody knows that that's what we're doing.
If you're expecting to play CEDH, though, I mean, Sliver Queen is your girl, but then you're going to run into the same problem anyways. So unless you tweak the deck, I don't know if that's the one that you want to bring either.
Yeah.
Like if you want to sit down, you have people have signs and it's like CEDH here. And you're like, oh, yeah. Yeah, you just run to a vendor and buy like 15 blue cards for $400. Yeah, I can play now.
I guess I can get on this. So that leaves Hirobi.
I like Hirobi because a lot of people have never run into it before. It's a little bit off the beaten path, right? Being mono black, not a lot of monos around anymore.
Yeah.
From Krapagawa.
Yep.
And like Vivictus Asmodi, it warps the game into a different dimension.
He's one of my favorite cards all time.
It makes Magic like a different game.
And we're not playing Magic anymore. We're playing Hirobi.
Yeah. So Hirobi Deathswale, he's black 2.
Yep.
Whenever anything becomes the target of a spell or ability, destroy it.
Correct. I think he's a 4/4 with flying on his own.
Does that include him?
Yes. He definitely counts himself. So you definitely can't boots him to make him not die.
It turns the game into something else. It's unique. It's something that other people won't experience or will not have experienced. I think you got lots of foils in there.
I do, actually. I've been working really hard to pimp that one out.
That's a cool deck.
It's a cool deck. It's something different. Okay. All right.
What
do you think?
The devil's advocate, the caveat here is if anybody has run into a Hirobi deck, yeah, it's that deck. It's that deck again for them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, mine's not that much different than the average one.
So I don't know. I think it's a cool deck just because it's uncommon.
Yeah. Okay, sure. So let's see. We got Omnath, Hirobi, Norin.
Yep.
And then we need something that's a little bit jankier. Is that that's our thing?
Yeah. Oh, and you know what? You have a new jank deck, also mono black like Hirobi though.
Ooh.
Dang it.
Son of a bitch.
Does that leave Zindersplit and Okun?
Or cats.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a sec. We got to back this up a lot because you got Stax Traxa.
I do have Stax Traxa.
Not only can you beat with a Traxa, it's a Stax deck which is like actually really good against combo decks.
Yeah.
So maybe you bring Stax Traxa instead of Hirobi as your control deck, and you bring Zindersplit and Okum for your jank deck? Because that deck's fun.
Zindersplit and Okum?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I get to travel with my big coin. I have a great big coin that I use whenever I flip a coin. It's fun.
You do. Yeah, I feel like we're just back at square one again. I'm sorry. Maybe you should just flip your big stupid coin.
Yeah, I'll flip my big stupid coin to see if Stax Traxa or Hirobi comes. I'll poll it on the Facebook page.
Oh, that's a good idea.
CCOPodcast on Facebook. I'll put the thingy up today, which is Tuesday.
Yeah.
So it'll be there. Go down, vote for which control deck I should bring, Hirobi or Stax Traxa.
Yeah,
and I'll take whichever one CCO Nation says. On to the jank.
Yeah, I'm interested in this new jank, and I know that we've got some listeners that have their own, I'm going to call it Liliana Tribal.
Sure.
I'm going to call it that.
Sure. So we're going to go into this one because it's my new deck. It's something I've been testing out. I've got pretty positive responses from everybody that I've played it around.
Oh, no, I maintain F you. No. I said it before, and I'm saying it again.
Is it because it wasted you? What happened?
No, it's just you.
I feel like you won that game.
I don't know. Your deck's terrible.
I don't know.
That's just trash talk.
All right,
You know, that really felt good. I haven't called anything terrible in a good long while.
I know. It's very frustrating when something is terrible, and I keep saying how terrible it is, and then you say, no, it's not terrible.
Really?
Yeah. And the last thing you said was terrible was Smothering Tithe.
No, I didn't say that was terrible. I'm not backtracking.
I'm pretty sure you said it was terrible, Ryan.
I'm saying that it's not as good as everybody thought it was because you're going to have to wait at least until your next turn for it to pay you anything. Sorry, at least 2 opponents' turns for them to pay you anything. No, because it costs 4.
No, it's good, man.
4 people have to draw cards before it pays for itself.
It's super good.
And you're still down a card unless you can cash a treasure in at less than 4 mana for the card you're playing with the 4 treasures.
It's good.
It's very good.
It's super good.
It's very good. I undersold it for sure.
The metric is definitely, like when you look at it the way you did, like the cost to reward ratio
I'm evaluating the card correctly, but for some reason it doesn't. Cannot compute.
It's not how it works. It's a good ass card, dude. It's just freaking good.
Stupid EDH. I hate everything. Make bad cards good. Speaking of bad cards.
Let's do the quick deck tech.
Oh yeah, hey.
The rambling intro, we're gonna tech a deck.
We crammed a deck tech last week. I thought it might have been too fast. You were like, no, it's not too fast. Oh, it's fucking good. That's what he sounds like, everybody. That's my Brando impression.
Thanks. That's what it sounds like when Kyla imitates me, too.
That's because you're a curmudgeon. Let us know on Twitter or YouTube or wherever you want to interact with us. Maybe Brando's poll. Do you like the quicker deck text than what we normally have done in the past? Because I'm down to slam a deck out in like 20 minutes and just skip over half of it. Just get right to the goods.
Just get right to the good shit.
Yeah, it's like watching the first few minutes on Pornhub. It's like, no, you just skip to like 5.
I don't care about why the pizza man's there.
Yeah, and I don't care why there's a hole in the bottom of his box.
Is that Never mind. I was going to ask if that was a real thing.
Yeah,
I
just don't
know.
Google it.
I don't want to know.
Don't Google any of what we said.
Who's the leader of this deck?
I have no idea.
Ghoul Caller Gisa.
Oh, yeah, I did know that.
Ghoul Caller Gisa is 2 things. 1, a really cool creature. I'll read her in a second. And 2, I think, this is just me, the best looking woman on a Magic card.
Really?
I just like goth chicks. It's my thing.
I feel like we've had this conversation before.
No.
Hannah Ship's Navigator was kind of up there for me.
She's no Gisa.
The Tyrese Nielsen one, though.
Oh, those NFL players can really hammer out that art.
Yeah, for sure. They take special training to be a little bit more articulate. It helps them like balance on the field better.
Yes.
There's some sexy girls back in the day, like from Homelands and stuff, isn't there?
No.
Oh.
No. But there could be pretty ladies everywhere, but like just not as pretty as this one.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's give her a read.
Sure.
Ghoul Caller Gisa is a human wizard. She's a 3/4, and she has black, tap, sack another creature, : put X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield where X is the sacrificed creature's power.
So you sacrifice, just as an example, you sacrifice a 6/6, you get 6 2/2s?
Yes. That doesn't even make sense.
So you're doubling the power on the field every time you sacrifice something.
Yeah.
Neat.
You could swing with a 2/2 goblin and they block it, or a goblin. Zombie. It's me, goblin.
Yeah.
I almost said goblin again when I went to correct myself. You can swing with your 2/2 zombie, sack them with Gisa, because they're blocked anyway, and just get 2 more 2/2s to replace the one that died. It's awesome. She's super good.
Yeah, she is. She's in my my Ho Daddy deck that I've drafted.
Oh, is it for sacking Ho Daddy so you have more things to use to play Ho Daddy?
I could if I wanted.
I'm on to you. So I feel like sacking Ho Daddy to her gives you the exact number of creatures that it takes.
To play Ho Daddy again?
To play Ho Daddy again, yeah.
Never heard of it.
All right, let's bunch a bunch of stuff together, and we'll talk about the deck. All right, so creatures, as we are wont to do, we're going to bunch them together, hit on a couple of more interesting things. We have Cemetery Reaper, Death Baron, Lord of the Accursed, Lord of the Undead, Undead War Chief.
Those are all zombie lords. They give +1/+1 or +2/+1. In Undead War Chief's case, they cost 3 or 4 mana. All with other marginal effects.
Yeah, they bring stuff back or
You know what? Lord of the
death
Undead brings dead zombies back to your hand.
That's pretty cool.
Which is actually awesome.
That's actually really sweet.
Okay, what else we got?
Okay, another critical card, and you'll see why in a few minutes. We have Archfiend of Ifnir.
Yeah, okay, hold on. When you first started to call this like discard tribal and Liliana, I was like, okay, so is he gonna like use Liliana cards to like make me discard? No, you make yourself discard.
Yeah, F my hand.
Yeah, I hate my hand.
Yeah, I don't want a hand.
Yeah.
Everybody has a hand. I don't want to be the same as everybody else.
Yeah. Throw
Yeah.
my hand in the garbage.
Balls that hand.
Okay, good. 5/4 for 5, flying demon. Whenever you cycle or discard, put a -1 counter on each creature your opponents control. I love the word each in Magic, hey?
Me too, yeah.
As long as it's not me.
Yeah.
As long as it's you and each of your creatures are opponents.
Yeah, not of mine, yeah. So he's very cool.
Okay. And notably not a zombie. But he's a 5/4 flyer for 5, which is a good rate with a relevant upside.
Yeah, the effect is critical to the deck.
Yeah.
It's very good.
So if that was an enchantment for 5, would you still play it?
Hell yeah.
It's just a 5/4 flyer that, makes it more vulnerable.
It's more vulnerable because his effect is really good.
I don't know if it's more vulnerable, though. If it was an enchantment, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
Everybody plays destroy target or destroy target permanent, so
yeah, I guess
whatever.
Everybody's on it now, I guess, hey?
What else do we have that's of interest?
We have mostly your typical black creature stuff. We have a Magus and a Gary and a Grave Digger and a Grave Titan and all those things.
I guess, what do we want in our graveyard? If we're going to be discarding things.
Maybe we want Hakon Stromgald Scourge.
Yeah, shout out to, we just did that guy. Shout out to Fen Bogarty.
Yeah, man. I totally took the combo that he uses. Listen, what episode was that? Do you remember?
120.
So if you go back and listen to episode 120, we go over the combo that this guy rolls with kind of in detail.
Yeah, you can only cast him from your graveyard, right?
Correct.
So if you discard him to get some effect by discarding, then you can cast him. He's a 3/3 for 3?
3/3 for 3.
Okay.
He's pretty sweet, and then there's a combo with him with like Core Lash and Hack On, and I got them both in there. It's sweet.
Sweet. So that is like CCO Nation inspiring Brando.
Actually, that combo and me trying to find a deck to build around it is why this deck exists.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so cool.
Fen Bogarty, Arc of Audience 2.0, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, F him.
F him in the A.
Yeah.
F him in the A.
Yeah.
All right. Last creature, just because it is kind of a theme in the deck as well, we have Liliana, Heretical Healer.
That's a 2/3 for 3 with lifelink. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you exile Lily and return her flipped as a planeswalker, and you get a 2/2 zombie.
She comes back as Liliana, Defiant Necromancer, the best looking Lily. Again, not to judge on appearances, but definitely my favorite in appearance.
Oh, I'll be judging. I think Jankface Lily, for as much as we beak her.
All right.
You know what, though? Jankface Lily, she looks like she's shorter than other Lilianas, like in stature.
What's the perspective? You're the artist, man. You should know all about that.
Yeah.
New Magic Card Altar auction every Thursday on our Facebook page.
Dang. Got there.
Every time. So Liliana, Defiant Necromancer is a 3 loyalty planeswalker, +2. Each player discards a card. Hell yeah. -X, return target non-legendary creature card with converted mana cost X or less to play. That seems pretty good when you're discarding your whole hand.
Yep.
And -8, you get an emblem with whenever a creature dies, returned to the battlefield under your control at the beginning of the next end step. You will probably never see that happen ever.
Yeah, because you're going to reanimate the card you discarded with her -X.
Or she's just going to get her whole face slapped off. Just
Yeah.
right now.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's probably more accurate.
That's a thing that happens. So those are kind of the interesting creatures. I also play a Rotting Regisaur.
No, the Reg.
New from M20.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
It's a 7/6 for 3. And
I've had better.
it says discard a card at the beginning of the next upkeep. Or
Yeah,
on your upkeep, sorry.
It does say discard a card on it, that's for sure.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, the Rotting Reg. Hey, shout out to Phyrexian Delver in there, too. Just throwing that out there.
He's a zombie.
He's the only Delver I'm interested in playing in EDH. Just throwing that out there, too.
I dig that. Should we do some instants?
You have one instance in this deck?
I have one instant. And it's played with Hack On, because Hack On says you can play Knights from your graveyard.
Yeah, and this is Nameless Inversion. It is a shapeshifter tribal.
Yeah,
So it's every creature type.
And it gives +3/-3 to a creature for black 1. So I just have infinite removal from my graveyard as long as I have Hack On.
Yeah, you got -3 toughness for black 1.
Yeah.
So -6 toughness for black 2. That's going to get things.
You can, a couple of times, you'll get stuff.
Yeah, or you could just pump your whole team for every 2 mana you have as long as they have more than 3 toughness.
That too.
So it acts as like a pseudo kind of crappy but not really crappy overrun. Because I'm sure you're playing like Cabal Coffers and stuff to have big mana, right?
Absolutely I am. Of course I am.
Okay, I can dig it.
I have a few more sorceries, but most of them are fairly, you'd expect them.
I think I like every one of these sorceries.
I'll read them all, and then you can tell me which ones are sweet.
Sure.
Or tell me what they all do. Well, I'll read the name, you give them a quick rundown of what they do. Let's bang through them real
Sure.
fast. Army of the Damned.
8 mana, 13 zombies. 10 mana, 13 more zombies with flashback.
Beseech the Queen.
Search for something that costs equal to your lands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damnation.
Kills all the things.
Mutilate.
Also kills all the things.
Yahenni's Expertise.
Also kills all the things.
And then you get a 3-drop from your hand for free.
Shh, don't care.
Patriarch's Bidding.
Brings all the dead things back. What okay.
And Zombie Apocalypse.
Also brings dead things back, right?
Return all zombie cards from my graveyard to play. Tapped. Then destroy all humans. I like the flavor of that. That's just
yeah. You know, both of those last two, like Patriarch's Bidding and Zombie Apocalypse, you just, like Patriarch's Bidding, you choose zombie, then you get all your zombies back. And Zombie Apocalypse, you just get all your zombies back. So if you have a ton of creatures and Gray Merchant in your graveyard and you cast that, you probably just win.
pretty cool, hey?
Yeah. I've done Gary, sacrifice Gary, reanimate, sacrifice, reanimate, like 4 times in a turn. 120 some Gary trigger.
Nice.
Yeah, so 121, everybody lose, and I gain that much life.
Everybody loses, though, so
Yes.
who cares?
Everybody loses is the point I'm trying to make.
Die. Sweet.
Yep.
Okay, enchants. There's some neat ones.
Yeah, I like all of these too. I'm not so high on the first one, even though I had a really good story from last week, but I like all of these so far.
Let's bang through those quick.
I also like how they're all the old arts or old frames, or no, you're scrolling down. No, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, well, some of them didn't come in old frames.
You just cut those cards and play 94 cards.
All right, let's do these fast again. Black market.
Get lots of mana.
Bottomless pit.
Discard a card at random.
At the beginning of each player's upkeep, they discard a card at random.
Yeah, everybody does
So
that.
now I'm coming after your hand, too.
I'm okay with this.
Contamination.
What the fuck? This makes all land tap for black.
Yes, 1 black.
Just black.
Just black.
So it's like Super Yawgmoth or Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth.
Yes.
Super Urborg. It costs black too, and you have to sacrifice a creature, right?
Yeah.
You know what I like? That's sick flavor. I just realized you're sacrificing a creature just like into the well of a castle, and then it's just contaminating all the water.
Yeah.
And it just makes all the water black.
It's awesome.
That is so cool.
It's so excellent. So it's land denial for everybody. So all those cards that they're discarding, they just bottomless pit just gets them.
Yeah.
And I don't care because I want black anyway.
Yeah.
I have decaying soil.
Okay, so black 1 at the beginning of your upkeep, remove a card in your graveyard from the game. Whenever a non-token creature is put into your graveyard from play, you can pay 1. If you do, return that card to your hand. I know that this was in a deck that we played, like the hack on Blackblade card.
That's part of the Corlash combo. Again, if you want to know what that is, episode 120.
Episode 120.
We go deep as hell on it.
Got there.
Next card, Desolation.
Desolation. I just talked about this card the other day. This is an enchantment. They're all enchantments, Ryan. Black 1. At the end of each turn, each player who tapped a land for mana during that turn sacrifices a land.
Hell yeah.
If it's a plane, they take 2 damage.
Yeah.
So you can only tap during your own turn is what that says.
Well, you can, no, because at the end of your turn, you have to sacrifice a land too. It's painful, Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Desolation is just what it says. I have an endless ranks of the dead.
That gives you a zombie for half the number of zombies you have, right?
Yes.
So every turn you get half as many more zombies.
Now these next two I really, really like. A lot. Gibbering Descent.
6 mana? At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player loses 1 life and discards a card. If you're hellbent, skip your upkeep, and it has madness. So if you're going to discard it, you can pay for 4 instead of for 6.
Yeah. It's so good. And then once it's in play, once I'm all effed up, I don't have to...
You don't have to
upkeep
lose a
anymore.
life.
Yeah. It's so good. Null Profusion.
Oh, baby, I love this card. This is a color-shifted recycle.
Yes, sir.
This may or may not be going into the Ho Daddy deck. I can say this because I'm trusting you not to hate draft it.
Okay.
And I'll already have drafted it if it's Tuesday when everybody else is listening to this. So this is 6 mana. Skip your draw step. Your maximum hand size is 2, but whenever you play a card, it's cast a spell.
No, let's play a card.
No.
Yeah, it includes your land. When you play your land for a turn, you draw a card.
Neat.
Yeah, dude. Null Profusion is the real deal.
Whenever you play a card, draw a card.
Super good.
Yeah, I very much like that.
Oppression.
3 mana. Whenever a player successfully casts a spell, that player discards a card. That includes you.
Yes.
Yes.
But I don't care. That's what I want to do anyway.
Yep.
Tortured Existence.
Discard a creature, return a creature to your hand.
Waste not.
Whenever an opponent discards a creature, you get a zombie. Whenever they discard a land, you get black. Whenever they discard a non-creature, non-land, you draw a card.
It's good with all the discarding going on.
Yeah, it's 2 mana for that, eh?
3, I think.
No, 2.
Oh, it is 2. Jesus. Waste
You
not's way
make
better
the
than I
card 3 was what that was, I think, right?
thought. I think so.
Sure.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some arties real fast.
I love a good arty.
Ashes of the Fallen.
I have no idea what that does, and I just don't even care.
Comes into play. Makes all your things in your graveyard, the creature type of your choice. You choose Knight, and then you can play all your stuff in your graveyard as long as you have Hack on.
Neat.
It's cool. Then we got a bunch of standard stuff. We've got Caged Sun, Crucible of Worlds, Gear to Port Orrery, Expedition, Illusionist Bracers, Mirage Mirror, Sol Ring, Swiftfoot Boots, Death Render. It's
Death Render, I think, combos with something too, doesn't
with
it?
Core Lash. That's another part of the Core Lash combo. Again, episode 120 if you want to go deep on that one.
Do it. Do it.
Girapor Orrery is of note, I think, in this deck because you're going to have no cards in your hand, so you can draw 3 back.
Okay, well, just read it. People are more familiar with Vidalcan Orrery.
Girapor Orrery is an artifact for 4. Each player can play an additional land on each of their turns. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, if that player has no cards in hand, that player draws 3 cards. You can layer your upkeep effects so that you can always draw the 3 without having to discard. And you can also layer it so if your opponent's going to draw 3, they have to draw the 3.
You're talking about like
them.
the other day, like you had a bottomless pit with a Girapor Orrery out, and you would layer so you would discard nothing because you had no cards in hand, and then you would draw 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's good. It's a cool card in this particular deck. And Illusionist Bracers doubles your Gisa triggers.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is good. Mirage Mirror is, again, just good.
So if you want to like quadruple your Gisa triggers,
Yeah.
just make it a Illusionist Bracers.
Yeah, I never found that. That's pretty good. So those are the artifacts.
Actually, we just triple them because you just activate the thing and activate the thing. Yeah.
Nah,
Just
whatever.
triples it.
It's
Still good.
It's fine. And then we've got Planeswalkers.
Some P-dubs. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that they're all Lilianas.
They are all Lilianas.
You know, now that we're looking at all of them, they're all sexy.
They're great.
They're just
Yeah.
great.
They did a good job with Liliana, except for I don't know why they made her cross-eyed.
I don't know.
On the most expensive card in the whole list, why is she goddamn cross-eyed? Explain that to me, Ryan. You can't do it. You can't explain
Maybe
it
it's
to me.
just the angle.
There's no explanation
You
for it.
know, I think that I like Liliana Death's Majesty. You know, I like
They're all good, man.
all of them. Yeah.
They're all great.
Liliana of the Dark Realm's pretty skinny. We are not judging.
Yeah, she spent too much time in the swamp, which is what she does.
Yeah, she was swimming too much.
Yeah.
Lost too much weight doing cardio.
The Lilianas in the deck I'm playing are Liliana of the Dark Realms. She finds you swamps.
Yep.
Lily of the Valley or Liliana of the Vale. She makes everybody discard the card. She kills creatures, and that's about it. Who cares what her ultimate?
You know what the best Liliana in this deck is?
Which one?
OG Liliana Vess.
Liliana Vess is a target player discards a card or a tutor to the top of your library.
Yeah, so it's target player discards a card. That could be you. Or you just tutor whatever you want to the top of your deck.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not too bad at all. Then we have Liliana Death Majesty. She makes zombies and mills you, which is fine.
I mean, if you want to get milled, that's kind of like the same as just discarding. It's just random discard, sort of.
She also gets you creatures back from your graveyard to your hand, and if you can get to her ultimate, she destroys all the non-zombies.
That's all you got.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Then I got Liliana Death Horde General. She draws you cards. She makes you zombies. She makes players sacrifice creatures, so you draw more cards. She is ridiculous. In
Yeah,
EDH.
she might be the best Liliana in the
She
deck.
is outrageous. The other day was like, I'm looking down the barrel of 2 indestructible angels that are just big enough to pub stomp my whole face in.
And you just go -4, sack your 2 angels. I'll draw 2 cards. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Also, you 2 guys sack 2 guys too. I'm going to draw for that, and I'm going to sack 2 guys. I'm going to draw for that too.
That's excellent.
Don't even care if I'm discarding stuff. And then maybe I think the most underrated one, I think, is Liliana Untouched by Death.
This is the M19 one.
Because her ultimate, which she has when she comes into play,
Yeah.
-3, you may cast zombie cards from your graveyard this turn.
She costs 4, and you just -3 her. She goes to 1 loyalty. And then if you got extra mana left over, you just cast a zombie from your graveyard.
Or if you have a bunch of mana, like because you have Cabal Coffers and stuff, you just play them all.
Yeah, so what's the chain there? Like, do you cast like a, who knows, a Grave Digger to get your Gary back, and then you cast a Phyrexian Delver to get like your Grave Titan back, and then you cast the Gary from your hand because you have like 15 mana because you got Cabal Coffers, and then everybody just like takes 20.
Just eats shit.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why
I suppose
not?
you need big mana, but you know what? That's why we call him Big Daddy Black. Let's
Yeah.
look at the lands because, I mean, you got to run a certain, you have to run a certain package, right? And that package looks like,
Bajuka Bog, Cabal Coffers. I play a City of Shadows, Crypt of Agadim, Deserted Temple, Ebon Stronghold, Evolving Wilds, Lake of the Dead, Nykthos Shrine to Nyx, Petrified Field, Phyrexian Tower, Scavenger Ground, Strip Mine, Swamp, Terramorphic Expanse, and Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth.
why the Terramorphic Expanse?
Why not the Terramorphic Expanse?
It could just be another swamp that doesn't come into play tapped.
I guess.
Yeah.
Guess it could be.
You know what? The big mana package I was specifically talking about, of course, is Phyrexian Tower. No, of course. Let's start with Cabal Coffers because that's like the one, right?
That's the one.
You 2 and tap, get a black for each swamp you control. Crypt of Agadium because it gives you a black for each creature in your graveyard. Deserted Temple makes you untap target land. Lake of the Dead. Nykthos Shrine to Nyx gives you a black for your devotion to black. And Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth. And Phyrexian Tower, I guess.
Yeah, Phyrexian Tower is pretty good.
Do you got an Urborg in here?
Right there.
Oh, yeah, and I think you probably said that too.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Urborg, because then everything's a swamp, so your Cabal Coffers just counts everything.
It taps for 1 billion, and then you can untap it with your Deserted Temple to tap it again for 1 billion more.
Yeah. Why not Cabal Stronghold? Is that the one?
I only own one of those, and it's in Hirobi.
Ah, yes. Yep, that would be a good one to pick up in Vegas, maybe.
And maybe I could grab one of those.
Yeah.
They're cheap, I think, still.
Yeah, head over to the face-to-face booth, huh? See what I did there?
Because it is significantly just not as good. People say, oh, just run it instead of Cabal Coffers. It is not the same.
It isn't the
is not
same,
the
but
same.
it's like $60 better in my pocket for like buying beer.
Yeah, I guess. It's
That's good,
It's
right?
like 4 beers in Vegas.
Yeah, but I mean, that's still 4 beers.
And 4 beers is 4 beers is 4 beers, right?
It's like 10 beers if you're not on the strip. But then you might have like 4 broken beers stuck into your stomach.
Yeah, that's the thing that can happen too, dang.
So we did a deck. That's the whole deck. What do you think are, like, now that we've looked at it again, it's packed full of lilies. There's got to be a lily and pack joke in there. Are you going to pack lily in your backpack? Don't Google any of that. Are you going to bring it? What do you think? Does this make the mono black cut line over Hirobi?
Maybe. It's fun. I like it.
Because you do need a jank deck still.
I do need a garbage deck. I think that this could be it. I think that this could be it. This deck, I'm excited about this deck, and I think that other people will appreciate it as well. It does something that's unconventional.
Because it's mono black. It's the best mono color.
And it's cool, and it's not, I don't think it's broken, and it's not there to just fuck your life up.
Yeah, you know what I like about mono black, sort of like tribal zombie? Mine does it too with Balthor the Defiled. It can win by comboing you to death. But if it doesn't take that route, it just goes like zombie beatdown, and it's just going to beat your ass for a few turns with like big dudes and lots of lords.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So we did a deck. What about
Card of the week.
what you said? You were just highlighting Yixila Jailer. I don't know if that's the card of the week, but you know, that guy just saw a bump in price because my boy Ho Daddy is terrorizing Modern right now. And Yixila Jailer is cards in graveyards lose all abilities. It's a 2-1 for 1. And a zombie, hey?
And he's a zombie wizard, yeah. 2-1 for 1. Or 2-1 for 2. I like him. Is he too expensive to be card of the week?
I don't think so. No, it's like $5 if you get the one from Future Sight. $6 if you get $5 to get the one, and then if you want like a promo one, it's like 7 trillion.
Yeah. It's it's $5.50 for the Future Sight one. If you want to get that foil, you're looking at about $23,
Whew.
which is like 291 Canadian. If you want the promo one, if you're lucky enough to be playing in Future Sight and you just got them, they are about $30.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
You know, I like the not promo art better. And
I actually really do too.
I don't mind like the Future Sight, like the feature shifted card frame.
I like it too.
It just makes that card look unique. And for $5, you can turn off all cards in all graveyards.
Yeah, that's pretty
Cards in graveyards lose all abilities. Hey?
No more flashback.
Yeah,
no more
that's a thing too.
That Amonkhet thing. No more dredge. None of that crap.
Maybe we'll be talking about some of that like in a potential C19 set review one of these days.
Who can say?
Yeah, I don't know. But Yixila Jailer, yeah, there it is. Card of the week.
Card of the week. So that's the deck. That's my decks. Maybe so far the tertiary list is going to be the choice that CCO Nation makes for me between Stax, Traxa, and Hirobi. Then I'll bring my jank deck, which is Liliana Discard Your Hand Zombie Tribal, and I'll roll with Norin and Omnath.
That's what you're leaning at right now.
That's what I'm looking at right now for Vegas. I think that's probably, if anybody else, I heard that Lenny wanted to take another shot at Sliver Queen.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
know. Like against it or with it?
Against it.
Against it.
So good luck. But maybe I'll bring her. I don't know. Who knows what I'm going to end up doing? Maybe I'll just bring more. I don't know.
There it is.
It all comes down to how much I want to carry onto the airplane.
Man, I am so pumped. I'm so pumped to finish this arc. The culmination, the completion of this arc will be beating wholesale ass at the Vegas rotisserie. I am actually excited to get away and just kind of not have to not beat wholesale ass. I don't know what I'm excited to do. Just everything. I'm excited for everything.
I'm excited for the whole trip. I'm excited to see all of you guys. I'm excited to just spend some time with my friends and do the Vegas experience again. I have a better idea of what I'm in for this time, so I think that I'm going to have a tremendous time. And I think all of you will too if you're going. And if you're not going, maybe make plans for next year because it's going to be a lot of fun.
Or make plans to go to whatever other Magic Fest that we have planned to go to. The schedule isn't out yet, but when it is, we'll be planning.
Yes, plans are good. And MF things are pretty good anyway.
Yeah, I love MFing.
So that's it for us. Remember to check out face-to-facegames.com. They're Canada's biggest Magic store. Thank you all for being here. And we're going to be back, I don't know, probably like next Tuesday?
Something like that.
With maybe a Commander set review. I don't know.
I'm not really high on it.
Yeah, but whatever we're going to do it on the next episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song! Ooh.